This is the brand new 2021 Porsche 911. It is one of the most exciting cars on the road and one of the best buys at just under $100,000. Porsche has always been one of my favorite car brands, and they definitely did not disappoint with this brand new 911. Porsche has just updated the design and it looks absolutely stunning. It's new, fresh, sleek, and it actually is kind of sharp in some areas too. There's no mistaking this for an older 911. Even though Porsche stays on the train of refresh instead of redo, it looks phenomenal and obviously is different from an older 911. In fact, that's one of the things I really love about the 911 is it's kind of always stayed true to its design. Dating back to the early days of the car, there's no mistaking what car this is. Obviously, it's round headlights that are super distinct for this car, and its light bar in the back. I mean, this is a one-of-a-kind car. Its new design for 2021 is super fresh, and I really love it. The front end is so much sleeker, and the headlights are super clean. Its coupe-like body shape is fantastic, and leading to the rear, it has this amazing light bar going across it. It's a pretty wide car too, which is awesome. For a sports car, I love this design. Its wider hips give it a more distinct look. Complementing the wide hips in the back of the car are these amazing 20-inch rims. They're this sort of gunmetal color, and it works really well with this black. Also on this car are two other things that I really like: the door handles and the mirrors. On the side of the car here, on this two-door car, there is these side mirrors which are very nice and refreshing. They don't really distract from the design and they complement the car well. However, the door handles are even better. They fold out only when you want to use them, but when you don't want to use them, they tuck away and they are pretty much invisible. This sort of functionality allows the car to really look as clean as it does. Thankfully, even though this is a coupe, it has 4 seats. And with that, I want to mention how the storage situation is in this car. There is no trunk because the engine is located in the rear. Well, without that trunk, where would you store all your stuff? Well, Porsche's actually already thought of that for us. The front has a trunk in it because the engine's located in the rear. And on top of that, if you think that's not enough, the back seats fold down. They create this nice tray so that way you can place larger items back there if they don't fit in the front trunk. But talking about back there, let's focus also on the engine. The engine is a 3-liter, 6-cylinder producing 379 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque. It launches this car to 60 in 4 seconds. It also sounds fantastic. And also, another thing they put on this car was the exhaust upgrade options. So we'll take a listen to it here. This car truly sounds phenomenal. But what's also phenomenal is the interior. Let's go take a look. Sitting inside of the 911 is a magnificent experience. I'm telling you, this has the best interior out of any new car on the market. And I'm serious when I say this. I mean, this is a beautiful interior. Everything about it, from the seats to the dash, the infotainment, it's all so nice. Starting off in the interior, I want to point out how many screens there are. There is 3 screens in total. One being your infotainment screen, which is rather large. The other 2 are surrounding your tachometer. And carrying out the typical Porsche fashion, everything's displayed in the circle format. The brand new steering wheel is also really nice. It's pretty comfortable and it's wrapped in this nice leather. Of course, your Porsche emblems in the middle, and there is some steering wheel controls. In the middle of the car here, there is your gear selector, which is rather unique. It's small, but it does the job. There's one cup holder right in the middle, which is kind of interesting, only one, but it works. And of course, also in the middle, you do have your climate controls, heated seats, and your creature comforts. But let me stop for a second and really just take a look at this dashboard. I mean, it flows so nice. Porsche really nailed the design of this interior. Also on the inside of this car, there is back seats. While they are small, you could still fit a decent sized person in there. Especially if they're only kids, it's pretty easy to fit back there. But if you're wanting to fit adults back there, I wouldn't really think they'd be comfortable. One other thing I do want to point out also on the steering wheel is the paddle shifters. Yes, there is paddle shifters in this car. Anyway, now it's time to move on to the driving experience. Driving the brand new Porsche 911. it gets up and it goes. I mean, this horsepower in this car, it's a relatively light car, not really too light. I mean, it has 379 horsepower, which is going to propel this car pretty fast. 0 to 60 in 4 seconds, which is fantastic for any car. But the 911 really deserved its new horsepower numbers, its everything. I'm so glad Porsche redesigned this car exactly how they did. I mean, everything about it feels so good. Its throttle response is amazing. It sounds phenomenal. There's nothing more I could ask for in this car. I mean, I'm so happy with what Porsche has done. This car is a 10 out of 10. Its starting price of $99,000 is pricey, but if you have the money, it's more than worth it. Its turning radius is good too. Wow. But overall, driving this car is amazing. I mean, there is almost no words for how it feels. It's such a unique car. In all honesty, if I had the money, I would buy this car, no second guesses, no second thoughts. I mean, I would literally just go buy this car right now. I've always loved the 911 and always will, because Porsche always does a good job with them. That sounds phenomenal. I mean, I didn't even go past 30 miles an hour there, and it sounds so good. It feels so good. It's quick, it's torquey, it's powerful. I mean, everything about it is right. Porsche really takes pride in the 911. It's really their #1 car. I mean, if you ask someone, hey, you know, point out a Porsche, they're gonna point this one out first. Even if there is other Porsches in that little photo, this is the one they'll probably go to. Porsche's expanding their lineup now with SUVs and the Cayman and a whole bunch of cars, but the 911 will always be my favorite. Even though I have a Cayman, I prefer the 911 all day. So I guess since we're in the car, here's my final verdict of the car. Buy it. If you have the money, buy it. Though it is $99,000, there is no point in really not buying it. I mean, it's worth all of that money. And while the price can get up quick when you add packages such as the exhaust package, which is on this car, it's all worth it at the end of the day. So the 2021 Porsche 911 scores a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and go buy yourself a Porsche 911.